All right, what's up, everybody? I'm here with.
Lair Studios. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about your mangas.
Yeah. So what you call? So like I said, Lair Studios, indie manga. We have our first physical book, Ganzi. It's kind of a shonen fantasy book or fantasy manga. And we're just trying to put out like really cool manga, authentic manga. It reads in a very traditional way. And we got Ganzi, and then we have AK Yumi, issue 1 and 2. And then if you're into Shonen Jump, we have the B series. B series standing for variety series, where we have a lot of our up and coming stories and stuff. So So if you're into Toonami, that's what we're trying to be, the next Toonami. So yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to do a little bit of everything. So Ganzi, like Andrew said, is our shonen fantasy manga. It's kind of more geared towards like if you like magic and fighting and things like that. And then AK Yumi is more of a sci-fi, but there is some martial arts in there as well. Everything Andrew writes kind of leads comedic, but this one has a little bit more of a serious tone, and this one's a little bit more fun.
So yeah.
So what inspired you?
I know this kind of sounds cliche, like being like a 90s kid, but I grew up watching, like 90s anime, like I said, Toonami and stuff like that. And I was just really kind of inspired by just the freedom of anime and manga, just like, it was just pure escapism, pure fun. And they were telling stories that just seemed, just very kind of out there. And, you just wanted to get invested in it. Especially coming home from school and then just sort of just diving into stuff like that. And so for me, I wanted to kind of add my kind of own voice to kind of like this thing that I grew up with and stuff. So and I just wanted to kind of add something new to it. So yeah.
Okay. What can people get out of reading your mangas?
Like I said, kind of escapism. It's something that I'm hoping that my mangas, my stories, can kind of give that next generation kind of what I felt, watching kind of Ranma, Tenchi, all these very classic things where you grew up with these characters. You felt very kind of connected to these characters. So I'm hoping to kind of bring kind of a new conversation, to the genre, but something very familiar. Again, I want to make sure that when people read this, they're like, oh man, I love this manga. And then when they find out who wrote it or who drew it, they're like, oh, but he's American. So I definitely want to kind of bring something different to the conversation, but still very familiar.
How long you been drawing your art?
So I've been doing art for a very long time, and I kind of switched back and forth between kind of like Western art, but I came to find out that a lot of mangakas, a lot of people who draw manga, they're very talented in drawing anatomy, very good at drawing anatomy. So yeah, basically a long time. I don't know how it's going.
Okay. That's one of them quick speedball. If you could create a live action series or anime, which series would you pick first?
Honestly, I would have to go with AK Yumi.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
It's a high school girl who fights aliens. There's an alien invasion happening, and their headquarters is a high school, and so she needs to kind of fight it. I think that would be an amazing live action or anime.
Now,
Ganzi is really exciting, but it's kind of like Sword Art Online in the sense that there's a lot of world building. So we spend a lot of time not just, there's action and there's fighting in there, but we spend a lot of time talking about the world. But with AKUB, it's just slashing, fighting, all sorts of stuff. It's fun.
now who would you cast to voice or to portray?
Man, that's a good question.
So with Go Ganzi, so we're actually doing something called Dynamic Manga, where it's a full voiced sort of like motion comic, and we actually have the founder and creator of Command Grab, Okami Gary Gibbs, and he's on Instagram at Command Grab _ENT. And he does all the voiceover work for us. So for Go Ganzi, he is Obasi. He started off with that.
Yeah.
If we were doing live action for AK Yumi, oh man.
It's so hard to choose because we've already started working with really amazing voice actors that I almost want to see them do it live action, but that's probably not practical.
But live action, I'm thinking, is it Zendaya?
Oh, Zendaya. That would be great.
That would be pretty epic.
Yes,
for live action AKU,
Yeah.
I think should be perfect.
Yeah,
So,
Okay.
for sure.
yeah.
Now, if you could create a soundtrack,
Oh, wow.
which artist would you pick?
Oh man.
Now I know you when you're writing, you're not just in there in complete silence.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, and again, I don't want to sound like, oh, I do that too. Like, you know, everybody has that cousin that sort of raps or they make their own beat. I actually dabble a little bit into music, and a lot of the. I have. I'm trying to think. I'm a big Samurai Champloo fan. That soundtrack was amazing.
It could be alive or it could be someone who's relevant. Not use relevant. Let me be careful. It could be someone who is of current or someone who is retired.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh man, that's a good.
it could be also someone who has passed on.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So, and I feel so bad now because I forgot the guy's name. He did the beats for Samurai Champloo. I'm gonna sound like such a poser on this one.
Is it newbies?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What you call it? Yeah. I would definitely love. And I want to say, oh man, the is it Yoko? He did the soundtrack for Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those.
I don't remember
I know.
anybody's name.
The music I'll recognize because I play it almost all the time and stuff like that. But yeah, but there's a couple of creators on Instagram that I follow that I've already reached out and was like, yo, we gotta link up or something like that.
Since
So
we're indie creators, we really want to try and keep our stuff indie as much as possible. There's so many amazing up and coming artists, voice actors, actresses, other artists that we know, and we want to pull them into what we're doing.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Now, if it's one collab, it can be multiple collabs. It could be another universe your characters go to.
Oh.
Another comic book comes into your universe.
Yeah.
It could be like an X. It could be a clothing collab like Nike.
Interesting, yeah.
Interesting.
It could also be a cell phone collab, and a lot of people like mobile games.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It could also be a publisher collab like EA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I'm just using those as examples. They don't gotta be particularly them.
Yeah.
If you could collab with one particular or multiple brands, who would you want to collab with?
I feel we talked about this before, but now I can't think of anything.
You know, the only thing, again, because we're at convention and we're talking to other creators, the only thing I can think of is Crescent City Monsters, Dream Fury, because he has amazing stuff. We were just at his booth earlier, so if you haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out.
Yeah.
And actually, he has some pretty cool collabs out already with other creators, so I can see us doing something like that. But for big names, it's hard to choose.
It is.
I can't even think of anybody right now.
And so one of the sort of business models that we do at Moon Lair Studios, we start everything off with the manga, with the stories, and then we're able to sort of branch off. Right now, if you go to my Instagram page, we have something kind of in the development of kind of the multiverse. It's called the Mooniverse, where it's almost like Marvel versus Capcom or that Street Fighter. So it's called Moon Lair Melee, and so we're building these characters up for an actual fighting game. So hopefully one day you will see a fighting game with AK Yumi versus Obasi and many other characters from the Mooniverse. So if we did have to collab with somebody, I would definitely like to do Capcom versus Moon Lair.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So so something like that. Again, 90s. I'm all about that. So.
Okay. Now, I also noticed maybe it was on your Instagram page. You guys have a podcast.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So Pop Gem Fusion. That's something with again the founder of Command Grab, Gary Gibbs. Where we talk about music, comics, movies, manga.
Talk about certain things that didn't age well.
Again, yeah.
So-
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Was it Double Impact? Is that-
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like,
Yeah.
so it wasn't. I didn't just look at the Instagram. I did go to the page. Like, yeah, that's.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. No, that is really fun.
Yeah.
We talk about everything, and we put a unique spin on it, just because all of us are kind of in the industry space, and so like a lot of podcasters will kind of tell you what they don't like, what they do like, but for us, we kind of tell you what we do like or what we don't like, but we also kind of know
What you liked as a guilty pleasure when you was
as
a
a guilty
kid.
pleasure, but also know the struggle of creating things and stuff like that.
Recognizing the craft and something,
Absolutely.
even if it wasn't the best.
The
Like
best.
Double Impact.
Absolutely,
Like double-
yeah, I know, yeah. Or Steel.
Yeah.
Or Steel.
Steel. That's my favorite.
There you go.
Go watch
I
the
know.
Pop and episode.
Absolutely, yeah. It's out right now, so yeah.
That's why I was like, wait a minute, Double Impact when he was a
Yeah.
twin.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Jean-Claude Van
yeah.
Damme. Now, I thought he was talking about the one with Dennis Rodman, but he was like, no,
No.
the other one. So, yeah, I know. So,
Okay, so one more. Where they can find you guys at?
So on Instagram, Moonlair _studio. On Instagram, we're very active on there. You can go to our YouTube page, Moonlair Studios. I think it's just Moonlair Studios,
Yeah,
right?
just Moonlight Studios. Yep.
And then you can go to our website, moonlairstudios.com, where we have all the information. You can purchase our books. Again, AK Yumi, issue 1 and 2, B Series, and Go Ganzi are available to purchase. We also have posters as well. So yeah, and you can get on our mailing list. We update a lot of our stuff on our mailing list, so definitely hop on there. And
Mailing list people always find out stuff before everybody else, before Instagram, Facebook, everything.
Yeah.
Okay.